Konbanwa minasan. I'm Christy Bryant with the Austin Oita Sister City Committee, bringing you 30 things to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the sister city relationship between Austin and Oita. Tonight we have Julianne and Melissa talking about Okashicon. It's an anime and fashion convention. They'll talk about the different experiences that you can have around Austin with anime. Looking forward to it. Thank y'all so much for sharing. Thank you, Melissa, for coming on. If you haven't joined the contest yet, you have a few more days. You can win a $100 gift card to Kome Restaurant, Texas Sake, Kinokuniya Bookstore, and Asahi Imports. And we also have the commemorative 30th anniversary t-shirts. So without further ado, take it away, Julianne and Melissa.
Thanks, Christy. We're here today with Melissa of Okashicon, and we're going to talk about anime conventions in the Austin area. So, Melissa, what is an anime convention, and what do people go there to do?
Anime conventions are similar to other conventions. They are a place where people in the community who share a like fandom, or sometimes other options as well, like working in the industry as well, get together to celebrate their community and what they like, and share, and just get with other people who share their happiness.
So you do things like you watch anime, you talk to creators, you
Yeah. So most of the conventions will have vendors that are selling some goods. There's two different kinds of vendors. There are the vendors that are purchasing items, kind of like going to a store, and then there's the artist alley, which are individuals or vendors who create and make their own goods that they're selling. So the mixture of both of them actually gives a lot of fans a great opportunity to purchase and find something that they're looking for. There also is guests that come. There's cosplay guests, a panelist guest, gaming guest, different depending on the convention. And they come and they express how they get with their fan base, and express their joys of the industry, and share their, like cosplay size, they share their knowledge and stuff like that. And then we have panels and cosplay contests, and some conventions have dances. So it's basically a weekend of fun where everyone with like minds get together.
It's a lot of fun. I will tell everybody that I do work with Melissa, so if I nag her a little bit in this interview, that's just because I'm ragging on her a little, but I will try not to do that. I promise. So speaking of anime conventions in Austin, so about how many of them are in Austin, and then you run one in particular, and why is that one different?
So there's over 5, probably I think about 8 or more, depending on the category of what you can consider convention. Like Greater Austin Comic Con are really good friends of ours, and they run a Comic Con that was in June that's going to be pushed to October this year. But the anime conventions, there's several in the end of the year, during the summer, at the beginning of the year. So there's just several different communities that are available for people to attend. Okashicon, we're all similar in our own ways, and we're trying to provide a safe space for people to come and have fun. We are a nonprofit organization that runs to promote what we like to say is we love fashion, anime, and women in the industry, because we like to promote all of the sectors that bring us all together, and some of the areas that maybe are not promoted as well as in other industries is a better way to put it. So we're just a small convention trying to give back.
Yeah, and we have a lot of female attendees, much more so than average. So, yeah, if you're a girl and you're kind of shy about coming to a convention, Okashicon is the convention for you. So
yeah, we are open to everybody.
we are open to everybody, and we're open to all ages as well. So anyone can come. Sorry, let me go back to my question list. So you did mention that Okashicon is a nonprofit, and you're not in this for income. So what inspires you to spend so much time and effort to run this? I mean, I know it is hundreds, thousands of hours really every year to put on a convention. So why do you do it?
There's a little bit of two things. During the year, it's experiencing putting together a project and seeing the end product at the end and watching fans enjoy it. The thing that continues to make you come back and do it every year is finding the times that you have an attendee come up to you and express how much this weekend has meant to them, and how providing certain categories or sections or areas of their fandom has helped them in their real lives. So it gives back. That's the bigger thing, because there's a lot of times in this world that we feel like we are not the same and that we are alone. And when you come to conventions, you feel like you're with a family. So that's why we do it.
Absolutely. And for a relatively small convention, you've had some really impressive Japanese guests. Has it been difficult to get them to come to Austin?
So some of our guests has been off of years of networking and making some great friends. What helps, though, is being a nonprofit and expressing to them what we're doing and why we're doing it. It is difficult to bring certain guests only because our budget is not very large, and everyone's time counts, because even if they were to say that they would lower their fees, their time is still money. That's time that they could be in their countries for the ones that are international, or in their states doing work for shows and for artists and for games. So it's very difficult to find the perfect balance, but we have been extremely lucky this first few years to be able to bring some great guests.
And you also host free events that are on weekends about every other month when we're not doing stay at home. And they're called Anime Afternoons. Now, no other convention has like things the entire year, and they certainly don't have free ones. Can you tell us more about Anime Afternoons and, you know, what people could expect once we are able to have them again?
Of course. Anime Afternoons is blossomed from a great friendship with the Alamo Draft House. They are an amazing company. If you don't know about them, where have you been? But if not, look them up at drafthouse.com. They are offering some curbside offers and stuff currently right now if you'd like to support them while they're closed. They have a desire to give back to their community as well, and they offered us a space that we can come and do events for free to where attendees or anyone, all ages, can come, and we do a craft. We watch an anime, and we do door prizes and show off our costumes. So it's a fun way to learn something new every other month, and they're usually themed. So it's been a lot of fun. I do know some conventions do some get-togethers and things during the year, but we are trying to expand on ours as well.
Yeah, yours are like really slick, and they look completely professionally produced. It's not like some others that are just like people gathering in, a coffee shop or a meetup kind of thing. And just to add a little bit more, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my experience with anime conventions in particular, because I am a woman of a certain age. Just wanted to make sure everyone understands that anime is really, there's something for every age whatsoever. I mean, they have things for preschoolers, sort of the equivalent of Teletubbies, but in Japanese. But they also have things that are, anime's been around since the 60s, I believe. Well, certainly the first anime I watched started in 1969, and I think it was probably around before then. I wasn't born in 69 to watch it, but if you grew up on Speed Racer, you grew up on Japanese anime. So it really is, if you think of it as some strange activity that's only for Japanese things, a lot of anime is now dubbed into English, and we get English voice actors to come and meet people at conventions, and some of them will even teach you how to become or try to break into the voice acting industry. So there's really, I don't want people to think that this is just a little strange subculture that's kind of tucked away in the middle of nowhere. It's really something that anyone can enjoy, especially if you like good art and animation. And so my final question for you, see, we got through this pretty quick. My final question for you is, everyone is wondering if conventions are still going to be happening this summer and why conventions aren't stating one way or the other about it. And I know you and I have had several conversations about it, but let's just get this out there because there's a really good reason why no one's saying anything yet. So can you tell us more about that?
Well, all the conventions are like businesses. They are basically a business. So you are attempting to run your business and open it when it is safe and the city and the government allows you to, of course. But the other thing it requires is usually you're renting a venue from another business. And so until you are told one way or the other, if you were, for example, to choose right now to move your convention to another time or to cancel before the city or the government or your venue recommends it, then you'd be forced to pay cancellation fees and other fees that not every convention can pay for. We have been lucky that our venue has been amazing, and they've been working with us, and we're continuing to watch. And we plan for July because we are a smaller event, so we're aiming for opening. But if we have to, we can look into the options of postponing or whatever we have to do. But as of right now, we're going on as planned.
I mean, it's not like it's our decision ultimately.
No.
So it'll be up to the venue if it's going to be open or not. And then, we're just waiting on information about that, and up to the city. I mean, obviously, if the city tells us all to stay at home until October, there's nothing we can do about that, because the city is currently only rolling out things about 3 weeks at a time.
Sure.
And no one can plan, especially because this is a nonprofit organization. It's not like we can just say, here's a bunch of money for this convention we didn't have, and then dig up all the money for next year to rent it again. So some of you know that the Austin Oita Sister City Committee has given up our festival for August, but that was under special circumstances because we were on a City of Austin property and other people lost their slots due to closure. So just because some conventions in August were closing, that's more to do with the City of Austin having certain rules and restrictions that are different than what other places have. So we just want to make that really clear to people, that just because one group can do it, can make a decision for August or September, doesn't mean that all groups are in that position. So is there anything else that you would like to say? Anything else that you could like to promote? Because I feel like we haven't really expressed why Okashicon is such an amazing convention. I mean, there's a lot of fashion. For those of you who watched my interview with Christina about 2 weeks ago now, if you watch the interview with Christina, you'll know that she's one of the types of guests that we have. And we really have a lot more fashion than most of the other local conventions. And we have a lot of independent designers who come to, a lot of fashion designers and things that you just can't get anywhere else. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I guess what we like to work on is bringing things that are not from the city or nearby, and while at the same time supporting local businesses. Like there's several Houston businesses and J Fashion and regular fashion businesses. But in our panels, we also have a great section of make and takes where we teach you to do certain things, like a J Fashion do it yourself. We did glasses and harnesses. We've done fake terrariums. We've done, every year we do a make and take tote where you get to take these classes are where a teacher teaches you not only how to do these items, but you make it while you're watching them, and you get to take it home with you. So it feels like it's more of a classroom, I guess, study than just a convention. We also provide some items in our bathrooms and stuff, and a registration for anyone who needs items like deodorant, Purell, which is very important right now, just toothbrushes, toothpastes, anything that people will need. So I don't know. I guess we just feel like we're a good community that's listening to our community, and we're trying to do our best to help support everyone. I do want to say that there are a lot of vendors who are out there, as well as everybody, that are suffering right now. And so if you need help, you can message us on our Facebook page, and then also stay home and stay safe, obviously. We do what we can with what we can, but we can't do it if everyone doesn't listen.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that we can see you all in July for Okashicon. And if not, please do stay tuned, because we will be coming back. If for some reason we can't have it in July, we will be having it in the future. So thank you very much. And back to you, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you, Julianne and Melissa. I look forward to Okashicon. Tomorrow we have a special Buddhist prayer. Join us tomorrow evening. The Austin Oita Sister City Committee would like to thank our sponsors: City of Austin Cultural Arts Division, TEL, First Texas Honda, Best of Austin Living Team at Keller Williams Realty, Bruce Gardner Insurance and Investments. This project is supported in part by the Cultural Arts Division of the City of Austin Economic Development Department. Thank you to Austin and Oita City Hall and staff. Thank you to Austin Sister Cities International, Sister Cities International. Thank you to the board members who made this possible: Julianne, Marie, Miho, Susan, and Christy. Thank you to all the AOSCC board members who regularly volunteer their time. For more information about the Austin Oita Sister City Committee, visit us at austinoita.org. That's austinoita.org, or check us out on Facebook.